What if I told you the Cleveland Browns might already have a rising star at quarterback? And it's not the guy they picked first? That's right. There's a quiet storm brewing in Cleveland. And it's got everything to do with a rookie quarterback named Shedeur Sanders. Training camps are known for those small, unexpected moments that shift the energy in a locker room. Sometimes it's a big play. Sometimes it's a sideline conversation. And sometimes it's a single passing comment from a coach that says way more than it was supposed to. Well, for Shedeur Sanders, that moment just arrived. The rookie has been steadily making a name for himself in Cleveland, not by being flashy or trying to steal the spotlight, but simply by showing up every day with poise, confidence, and a natural ability that seems to catch people off guard. The Browns' training camp has been buzzing, and Shedeur's been right in the middle of it. What really caught everyone's attention this week wasn't just his on-field performance. Though, let's be clear, he's been sharp, accurate, and cool under pressure. It was something a Browns coach let slip during an open practice. As the team ran through drills, Sanders dropped a beautiful, perfectly timed ball into the hands of a receiver. Smooth, crisp, like he'd been doing it for years. And then a voice caught by the mic said it all. Darn placement is just outstanding. We could just get it tied to it at some point. It was a simple remark, almost casual, but it landed like a thunderclap in the quarterback room. That we could have meant the coaching staff, maybe the offense. Or maybe it hinted at something bigger, something nobody's quite ready to say out loud. Now imagine standing just a few feet away from that scene if you're Dillon Gabriel, the quarterback drafted before Shedeur, the one expected to lead this next wave of young talent. You hear that kind of praise not aimed at you, but at the rookie you were supposed to be ahead of on the depth chart. That stings. And it should, because if you've been paying attention at Browns camp, the vibe is shifting. And it's shifting fast. Shedeur Sanders isn't forcing it. He's not trying to be the loudest guy in the room or the biggest name on the back page. He's just being himself. Relaxed, sharp, funny when he needs to be, dead serious when it's time to work. His throws are tight, his reads are quick, and maybe most importantly, he carries himself like someone who belongs here. Like someone who's been here already for years. The coaches see it, the fans see it. And whether anyone wants to say it or not, the rest of the quarterbacks in that room feel it too. That latest comment from the coach might have been the clearest sign yet. It's no secret that quarterback battles in the NFL are as much about momentum as they are about stats. The guy who catches fire at the right time, who gets the locker room on his side, who earns the subtle nods from the coaching staff, that's the guy who wins the job. And right now, Shedeur Sanders is playing like he's that guy. Even with veterans like Joe Flacco around and names like Kenny Pickett in the mix, Shedeur has carved out his lane. Quietly, confidently, one rep at a time. And while Dillon Gabriel is still trying to find his rhythm, fighting to stay positive, it's clear the dynamic has changed. The Browns' quarterback room has never felt more competitive, but also never more uncertain for some. The tension is real, even if no one's saying it out loud. And here's the thing. It wouldn't be the first time a rookie quietly took over a team before anyone saw it coming. The NFL loves an underdog story, and right now, Shedeur Sanders might be writing the next one. The Browns may have thought they had their future mapped out when they made their picks, but the truth is, football doesn't care about draft order. It cares about results, about moments, about energy. And Shedeur just created one of those moments. So, Browns fans, keep your eyes on number 14, because if this camp continues the way it's going, we might be looking at the beginning of something special. And you can bet we'll be here to break it all down for you every step of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for a story that's as surprising as it is revealing about the unpredictable world of professional football. Imagine arriving at your new team with all the hype, the family legacy, and the spotlight fixed right on you, only to find yourself holding a camera instead of a football. That's exactly what happened to Shedeur Sanders. And it's sending shockwaves through Cleveland and beyond. Buckle up, because this story isn't just about a photo op. It's about what's really going on inside the Cleveland Browns quarterback room. When Shedeur Sanders landed in Cleveland, he brought with him a name known across the football world. The son of NFL legend Deion Sanders and a college standout from Colorado, Shedeur arrived with high expectations and the kind of pressure most young quarterbacks can only imagine. But instead of taking snaps or commanding the offense in his first big appearance, Shedeur found himself behind the lens at the Browns' youth football camp. That's right, the team shared a photo on social media of the young quarterback working a camera, captioning it, "Shedeur was on the other side of the camera at our youth camp." Later, they doubled down with another post that read, "Shedeur took the camera." Now, sure, On the surface, it might look like a harmless, fun, lighthearted moment, maybe even a bit of clever PR. But when you consider the fierce competition happening within the Browns organization and the questions hanging over the quarterback position, this small gesture suddenly feels a whole lot bigger. It paints a picture of where Shedeur currently stands in the pecking order, and it's not quite where many expected him to be. But to Shedeur's credit, he isn't seeing it as an insult or a setback. Speaking about the moment, he shared, "It's just something I genuinely do. It's where I find my peace, my happiness, my joy, to be able to have a positive influence on the youth." And while that's a healthy and admirable mindset, the truth is, back at team headquarters, the Browns are facing a far more complicated and competitive situation that Shedeur might not be able to avoid for long. Right now, Cleveland is carrying 4 quarterbacks as they head toward preseason. There's veteran Joe Flacco, former first-rounder Kenny Pickett, rookie Dillon Gabriel, and of course Shedeur Sanders. With limited reps available and a crowded quarterback room, it's all but guaranteed that someone will be cut before the regular season kicks off. And as if that wasn't enough drama, the starting job for the upcoming 2025 and 2026 season is still very much up in the air. When asked about who he thought might start between himself and Joe Flacco, Shedeur admitted, honestly, that he has no idea. And truthfully, neither does anyone else. The same uncertainty clouds the future of Kenny Pickett, who arrived in Cleveland after a recent trade from Philadelphia, his third team since 2022, according to insider reports from Cleveland. Comes Mary Kay Cabot, the Browns have already decided not to pick up Pickett's fifth-year option, a clear sign they aren't sold on him as a long-term answer. Rumors are swirling that Pickett could be on his way out, and if that happens, it would instantly open up the competition. Suddenly, Shedeur would have a clearer path to more practice reps and valuable preseason game action, essential for any young quarterback looking to climb the depth chart. The Browns, however, are playing the long game. With both Sanders and Dillon Gabriel under team control through 2028, there's no rush to force a decision just yet. The team can afford to wait and see if one of these young signal callers can develop into the franchise's future leader. Still, there's no denying that the pressure is mounting. With Deshaun Watson sidelined due to injury, someone's going to have to step up and lead this team when the 2025 season kicks off. The question is, why will it be the veteran Flacco, the journeyman Pickett, the rookie Gabriel, or the wild card Shedeur Sanders? The answer remains a mystery, but one thing's for sure. The clock is ticking, and every snap, every rep, and yes, every moment behind a camera counts in this high-stakes battle. And there you have it. A story that might have looked like a harmless social media post, but actually reveals a whole lot about the state of the Cleveland Browns and the future of Shedeur Sanders. What if I told you that one of college football's brightest young quarterbacks might already be on his way out of Cleveland before the new NFL season even kicks off? Yep, you heard that right. The situation surrounding Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns just took a serious turn, and it's all thanks to a tough update from none other than ESPN insider Adam Schefter. Today we're diving into what's happening behind the scenes in Cleveland, what this means for Shedeur's future, and why the Browns' quarterback room is causing so much tension heading into preseason. Now, although the organized team activities and minicamp for the Cleveland Browns have already wrapped up, and players aren't expected to report again until the final week of July for preseason, the team is still stuck in quarterback limbo. You'd think by now they'd have made a decision, but nope, it's still completely unsettled. Well, I say unsettled because that's what head coach Kevin Stefanski keeps insisting. But let's be real, deep down Stefanski already knows who's going to be under center come opening day. And according to multiple insiders, including Adam Schefter, it's going to be Joe Flacco. That's a tough pill to swallow for Shedeur Sanders. The young quarterback has made an impression during off-season workouts, no doubt about it. But clearly, it hasn't been enough to convince the coaching staff to hand him the reins just yet. One of the main reasons Sanders remains on the outside looking in is that he hasn't taken a single rep with the first-team offense. Not one. That's a major red flag for anyone hoping to start in the NFL. And to make matters worse, there's chatter that even Dillon Gabriel might have a stronger shot at claiming the job than Sanders at this point. Then came the bombshell from Adam Schefter, and it only added fuel to the fire. Schefter went on record saying he'd be shocked if anyone other than Joe Flacco or Kenny Pickett was named the Browns' starting quarterback for Week 1. His exact words, "I think it would be an upset if Joe Flacco or Kenny Pickett were not the Browns' opening day starting QB." That's a heavy statement from one of the league's most trusted voices. And let's face it, Joe Flacco has the edge for good reason. The veteran quarterback is heading into his 18th NFL season and has already proven he can lead this team. Remember last season? In just 5 games, Flacco threw for 1,616 yards, tossed 13 touchdown passes, and carried the Browns to a playoff appearance. More importantly, he knows Kevin Stefanski's system inside and out, which gives him a clear advantage over every other quarterback on the roster. For Shedeur Sanders, this is both a tough break and a crossroads moment in his career. Being drafted in the 5th round was already an uphill battle. And now, with the starting job seemingly out of reach, rumors are beginning to swirl that Sanders could consider leaving Cleveland before the season even begins. It wouldn't be the first time a young quarterback sought a fresh start elsewhere, and given the way this situation is shaping up, it might not be the worst idea. But let's not close the book on Shedeur just yet. If the Browns stumble out of the gate, and let's be honest, stranger things have happened, the pressure on Stefanski to make a change will be massive. The fans will start demanding it, the media will start asking questions, and sooner or later, Stefanski might have no choice but to give Sanders his shot. And when that moment comes, you can bet Shedeur will be ready to prove everyone wrong. So, what do you think? Should Shedeur Sanders stick it out in Cleveland and wait for his opportunity? Or would he be better off finding a new home where he can start fresh and compete for a starting job right away? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, because this is one quarterback saga we're going to be following all season long. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay locked in on all the latest NFL drama, rookie updates, and insider stories, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications so you never miss a drop. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.